Yo, what's going on, guys? Reversal here, and today I'm going to be doing part 2 of the Simple Evil Dinosaur combo guide. And in this video, I'm going to just be showing a different variation of the standard 2-card combo that can show how sequencing your plays in a different way can impact how good your end board is and how well it plays into certain things. And then just some other ways that how you sequence your plays can matter in terms of like playing through certain hand traps. We'll get to that in a sec. Before I get into the combo and stuff like that, if you haven't subbed to the channel already, definitely do that now so you don't miss out on anything. Drop a like, comment, all that good stuff. It all helps me out. And if you're interested in this Dinosaur playmat or these sleeves, check out finalsaga.de. And if you decide to buy anything, use my code reversal10 for 10% off your order. Anything you buy using my codes helps support the channel directly, so definitely check them out. They got a lot of cool stuff over there. But yeah, for this video, I'm just going to be focusing on one combo, and that's just the standard 2-card again. And you have like 3 blanks in your hand. So with this hand, there's a few things you have to factor in before you even play your first card. If you look at this hand, obviously you don't have Misc, and if you do have the Misc, then that's when you're protected from stuff like Imperm and Valor on your normal summon. But if you don't have this, then there's nothing you can really do about that, so it's out of your control. But when it comes to the 2-card combos, stuff like Imperm, Ash, that's not really up to you whether you get to play through them or not. That's when you have to like hope that you have one of these like extenders or like Prosperity to dig into something. But I'd like to focus on the things that you can control. So with a hand like this, your first action is going to be to determine whether you want to respect Nibiru more or Droll and Lockboard more. So if you want to respect Droll, you're going to start off with your Ovi, and instead of adding the Misc, you're going to just dump it straight to grave. So that's why the combo would be worse into Nib, because you're not getting the Misc protection. But if you do it this way, and then you summon the Archosaur, pop the baby, and then add the pill, and then you get Drolled here, you don't really need a search anymore. You're just going to summon the Petite instead, and you're not going to do the Banshee combo. You're just going to pop this, bring back the other baby, and then summon Meteorus, and then you're just going to do the rank 4 Lars Conductor board. So Droll's like fine if you open like the regular 2-card combo and you decide to respect it. Obviously it's a hard call whether you want to respect Nib or Droll, but it's kind of, it is what it is. If you open like the access to Meteorus and a baby, or you open like any of these cards play really well into Droll. It lets you get to like 2 of the Volzars pretty easily through Droll in a lot of hands. But when you just have like the bare minimum, it is what it is. You kind of have limited options, but you can still factor those things in. And if you want to respect Nibiru more, you're gonna just add the Misc, and then we're just gonna do our regular combo. So now I'll kind of just show what the new combo is when you're kind of using everything in your extra deck to its full advantage. So we're gonna pop the baby, add pill, summon Petite, and then use the Ovi, pop this, summon this back, get the Kaito. Now we're gonna make Banshee. So this is one of the spots where they can nib you. It's either on this or when you get the Mega Chirilia out. Those are the 2 best points to nib you. But even if they nib you here and you don't get access to the Mega Chirilia through original Simple, you can still get to that stuff, which I guess I can show that now before I show off like what this combo does now. So like, let's say you get nibbed here and then you lose the Banshee. So now let's use this as a token. So you have a token, Archosaur baby with pill in hand. So now what we can do is use the token and Archosaur to make Reproducus. So this card has a lot of different uses other than just being a card that you can link into under the Xenolock. The changing of the type actually comes up in a few different combos, which is going to come up in both the combos I'm going to show you today. So you need to put the baby under this zone, by the way. That's very important. So you're going to do that. You're going to use the Reproducus to make the baby a Pyro. So now when you use your double evolution pill and banish the Banshee and the Kaito, you have a Pyro on field, so the Banshee's going to also come back. So that's when the type change can be very useful. Because a lot of times, like in other combos, if you want to do the Banshee bring back thing, you definitely leave Poplar on field, which can make things a little more awkward. So it's good that you do have that utility with the Reproducus. So now that you have all this back, you can use the let me give them they have a nib too, so I'll just try to slide this down a little bit. So now you can use your conductor to pop the baby to flip their nib, and then your baby is going to summon. And now we're going to get the Leos from deck, and then the Leos can set the trap card. So now at this point you're going to go into Princess with these two. And then your Princess is gonna summon back Leos. So at first the Leos was summoned off the baby effect, so you couldn't use the dump / level modulation effect. But now, since it's been revived by a fire effect, which Princess is a fire obviously, now you can use the effect. And we're gonna use the dump to send the Mega Chirilia. We're not gonna modulate any levels, it's just to get that engraved so your trap is live. And now you can use these two to make Dolka, which the fire lock that you're currently under doesn't matter since these are fires. And then we're going to use these two to go into Whale. So you essentially get the same end board as you normally would, just without the extra Lars. But this is through the Nibiru, like I said. If they do nib you on the Mega Chirilia summon, which is a little bit better to do, but most people are probably not going to even expect you to really summon that, so they might just do it early. But if they do it there, you're going to do the same thing. Conductor pop the baby, summon Leos, set the trap, and then you're just going to dump Meteorus with the trap, or with Leos straight away, so you can just have 2 6s and you can just hard make Lars to go with your Conductor, and then you'll have the trap. So it's a little better if for your opponent if they nib you there, but you're still getting to a couple negates, the trap and Conductor no matter what. And then in this case, you get the Whale as well. So let's do a little rewind, go back to the beginning. So that's what happens if you get nibbed, and then this is what happens if you do not get nibbed there. And then if they don't nib you at one of those points, you're pretty insulated well throughout the rest. It doesn't really matter when they do it. So I'm just going to run through the regular combo, but show you how you order some things around can drastically change how the end board changes. So we'll add the miss, use the effect for 1. Archosaur, pop baby, add pill, summon, OV pop, bring back Petite, summon, Kaito, Banshee, effect, the Poplar special, add OSS. So here's where things can start changing for you to really maximize all the cards that are in your extra deck. So in the combo I showed in like the introductory to this deck, I wasn't using like all this stuff in one combo, and this particular one's going to be using pretty much all the tools that you have in the extra deck. And shout out to my guy Tengu for cooking this one up in particular. So at this point, we're going to use the Banshee and the Poplar to summon Reprodocus. And then Poplar is going to spell trap itself. Now we're going to use the original to send the Poplar to summon the Mega Chirilia. Then we'll use the Mega Chirilia, discard a card, summon Leos, and Leos set the trap. Now from here, we're going to use the Leos to dump the Meteors. And we're going to get access to this later on in the combo again. But now, since you dump this, you're going to make two things level 6s. So we're going to do the Leos itself and the Archosaur. So now what you can do is we're going to overlay these two. Specifically under the Reprodocus for the drill, and then we're going to use the Reprodocus to make the drill guy a Pyro. So similar to the last thing I showed, this is going to make it so the Banshee comes back. So we're going to use our pill now. The Banshee will come back, the Kaito will come back, and then we're going to summon the Conductor from deck. So now you can use the Banshee and the Reprodocus to make Princess. And then we're going to use the drill to summon back the Misk. So, like again, the fire lock, Misk is a fire, so it doesn't matter. Then you can use the Misk and the Kaito to make Dolka. Now we're going to use the Princess to revive the Meteors that we dumped earlier. Then we're going to use the Princess and the drill to go into the Amblo Whale. Then we're going to use Meteors to pop the baby. Summon Frostosaurus, and then you could just summon like another baby or whatever. Then you're going to overlay for your Lars. So similar to the 2-card combo that I showed in the first combo video, you're still ending on the Dolka, Lars, Whale, Conductor, and the Trap. But this time you have just an extra body with the baby. And then you got Misk back from Banish, which is important, so you have good follow-up now. So this combo is significantly better than the one that I showed in the first video. So it really shows how if you sequence things in a certain way, they can really impact what your end board ends up looking like. And on the surface, it looks like it's pretty much the same, but in reality, it was a lot better into Nibiru through certain points. Like I said, they have to do it on the Banshee or the Mega Chirilia really to get like decent value out of it. Otherwise, you recover very easily, which I'm not going to show like every single point that they can nib you, since like the main ones are early in the combo. But yeah, just keep that in mind. This combo's fine into nib really at any point, which is good. It's just some of the other hand traps, if your hand's weak, can always hurt you, but you can pretty much always have some say in what's going to happen, assuming your hand just isn't terrible. But like I said at the beginning, even if your hand is just like OV baby and you have very limited options, you can still make the conscious decision if you want to play harder into nib or droll. And that's like one thing you do at least have control over, other than like if you get ashed or impermed, like if your hand's not good enough to play through it, that's really, there's nothing you can do about it. So yeah, I just want to show like this is what the 2 card is actually like capable of if you sequence everything perfectly, and how resilient it can be to nib. I'll be doing another video for sure, kind of going more over how you can recover from nib and some of the other combos, like the sinful stuff or like any of those fire cards plus baby, because those are more prone to nib, but you can still recover from them as well. So I'll save that for a different video. Kind of want to keep these a little shorter and just kind of focus on one thing at a time. But with this combo, just some of the things like the Princess Bring Back Meteorus and interactions like that, I feel like it was good to show, just so you can just keep that in mind when you're doing just any type of combos, whether it's a 3-card combo or anything like that. Like those interactions can come up a lot with the Princess Bring the Meteorus back, the Drill Summon Mist back, like all those different things that can come up in the deck. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I just wanted to do this one real quick, just to kind of, you know, talk about it a little bit more in depth. But yeah, again, shout out my dude Tengu for labbing all this stuff up with me. It's always a pleasure when we get cooking. But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.